สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning and welcome to Morning Thailand of the 16th of September 2013. I am Tulip Naksompo.
And I'm Wanasan Kurahong.
And first news today.
There's a lot of interesting news, of course, but unfortunately, first news today, we're going to have to once again start with some bad news.
Okay.
Now, there has been a report of another murder that seems to be happened quite a bit. However, in this time, the police actually believed, in the newspaper, they did not say much yet, but from the MCOT news source itself said that this particular person is probably involved in drug dealings, and that was the reason why she was killed. However, it was quite scary due to the fact that it took place just yesterday in the morning. It took place in the Ang Thong province. Now, in this particular case, the person that got killed was actually a landlord, and she was on her way to check her rice paddy field along with her driver. We can say rider because she went on a motorcycle. However, they say that once they get to the scene, Kun Nitat Maliwan, who was the rider who worked for her, and Kun Praiwan หรือเพชร ช่อจำปี so คุณไพรวันช่อจำปี or คุณเพชร was actually was shot dead in a broad daylight, and they said that due to the look of the body itself, Kun Praiwan was actually was shot in a very close range because they say that they can still see the result of the residue of the gunpowder around her wound, and they say that this is probably a murder due to the fact that her gold, her jewelries and such was still there at the scene. So they did not take it. The police already took all those as the evidence. And they say that not far from there was a little hut that normally in a rice paddy field is quite common to see because they always have these particular type of infrastructure on site so that people could, the farmers could rest there. Now they found 4 of the drinks inside the hut itself and the track of 2 motorcycles. So they believe that there are more than just one culprit, at least 3, they said. And they say that they probably got there, waited for the victim, and the victim probably have some kind of agreement to meet them and such. However, obviously, once she got to the scene, the negotiation did not go very well, so they ended up killed. They believe that one of the culprit probably shot Kun Nitat first, the driver, and later on another person shot Kun Praiwan. Now, at this point, they say that she was on the list. On the newspaper, they say that she was on the list, on a police list for something, but it hasn't pinpoint what it was, but apparently it's probably drug dealing at this point.
Okay.
So there's probably more to the story, and we probably hear about it pretty soon later on.
So next news is also involve drug dealing, but it's on another side of the story.
Right.
If you were around several places in, I would say, there was an operation launched by the police department. It's called Dawn Operation.
Yeah, the Dawn.
Just directly translated as the Dawn Operation because it's happened super early in the morning yesterday around 5 a.m. or something before sunrise in 4 provinces, which is Tak, Ayutthaya, hold on. Anyway, in 4 provinces, what in Tak, Ayutthaya, Sarapuri, I missed one province, and Bangkok. Okay.
Right.
So there was this big thing about the police officer rappel down from the helicopter. There was use of the no human drone to pinpoint the target. There was use of the police dog. The canine dogs to help identify the suspects and the drug trafficking ring and such. So there was a really, I would say, big press conference yesterday to announce what they have been done through this Dawn operation. Apparently it's such a big thing. If you saw it, it's not movie, it's real life.
Right.
So the police report that there were 2 big clash between the police and the drug trafficking ring. One was in Wang Noi and another one was in Bangkok. In both were in Ayutthaya province. So one of the big one, okay, let's go to the total first, I would say. From all this operation, they in the press conference, they have 168,000 methamphetamine in total that confiscated, 940 grams of crystal meth. They have the, what would it call? The methamphetamine pumping station, one machine,
right.
7 cars, 2 motorcycles, apparently only 9,000 baht cash. 41 bank accounts, but with a total of 9 million baht, 12 handguns, 2 shotguns, 1 rifle, and good amount of bullets.
Right.
All in all happened in Ayutthaya and Tak as the main place. There were 4 suspects that were first arrested at a house in Ayutthaya province, and then police able to arrest another 17 at their station with this pumping machine and a good amount of methamphetamine and the crystal meth.
Right.
And then they continue the operation to Tak province because they heard, actually it's through investigation, that there is a use of the name of 3-year-old boy to open the bank account and receiving money for the drugs trade operation. So the police able to arrest Myanmar citizen. The name is Lee Lay. I'm not sure how accurate we are about saying the Myanmar name. But one Myanmar citizen was arrested in this operation. The rest apparently Thai. And range from 18 to 30 years old women, and also 9 men, 8 women, start from 18 until 58 years old. The 58-year-old man is actually a sergeant major.
Oh, okay.
So apparently still active police officer, including in this operation. Also another big operation. Actually, I think this is one of my favorite drug arrest news because it happened at Suvarnabhumi airport.
Right.
The police, why do they think that if they transfer the drug at Suvarnabhumi airport and no one would know?
Well, I will tell you why.
That is symbolic for me.
Right. So that will be my news.
Okay.
Right. So this particular news that happened is actually, like Kun Tulip has said, at Suvarnabhumi Airport. Now, at first, they did not intend to have it at Suvarnabhumi Airport. It was supposed to be at Pranakon Si Ayutthaya province. However, they probably realized that the police were actually situated in the area at the time. So they changed it at the last minute. But I guess, the riskiest place is the safest place. That's what they probably think. However, obviously not in this case. And the police were able to arrest the suspect now, including Kun Wai Se Yang as well as Pra Se Phang. These two are Hmong tribal, and along with Sakariya Sire Ahama Chiwa, who's only 19, and Abraham Nagar, as well as Janrudi Bawan. Now, 4 of these people are from Yala province. So what happened was that they were supposed to meet at Suvarnabhumi Airport, and they were supposed to meet at the parking lot. Of course, we have reported about the pickup truck that has been modified to fit all these drugs before. So this is actually what happened. So they actually modified the pickup truck, put all these pills, about 400,000 methamphetamine pills altogether, in the trunk of the pickup truck, and to hide from the policemen. Now, this is actually took place at Zone 3 on the 5th floor of the Building 3 in Suvarnabhumi Airport. And they say that once they got there, the 4 people who were supposed to meet the other 2 Hmong tribals actually approached the car itself, and they realized that obviously the police were in the area, and they say that the Hmong tribals, along with the Yala the residents that actually pick up these drugs, say that they receive 1,000 baht each to do this. And so obviously that's not very much amount at all.
But in Khao Sot, they said 10,000 baht each for the driver
10,000
from the south,
right?
But the one from Chiang Mai got 50,000 baht.
Okay, so maybe a little bit more.
Inequality.
Exactly. So instead of, we reported way before that Bangkok somehow become a hub of where they transfer either the drugs from the north down south or the drugs from the south down up north. Now, this particular one was supposed to be distributed down south. And it seems like the operation happens quite a bit. And one other thing that they did was that they actually used the spades at the back of the backlight, the lights of the car, to actually pull the bulb off. There's like a little space apparently, and they put all the drugs in there as well. So become a little bit more clever than you would think, but obviously not clever enough because there's probably a lot of the police investigation ongoing at this point.
Okay.
Right.
So before we take a break, we'll have to give you some warning. This is a warning from Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation. We have been reporting of a lot of flash flood and mudslides in several provinces.
Right.
So the warning still going on. At least it's extended until the 16th, which is today. But I believe there will be more warning issued later on because over the weekend it has been pretty wet.
Even this morning.
Yes, even
here.
this morning and yesterday all day. So there's a warning for flash flood and heavy rain in the north of Thailand, the lower north of Thailand, the northeast and the middle part of Thailand, the middle region, and also the east of Thailand, and also in the Pacific Sea, that a warning of 2-meter high wave. So there was a report of heavy rain like 3 days in a row in Lamphun province, and it's caused flash flood and high level of water in all the rivers in the north part of Thailand. And there already some evacuation order in the sub-district in the province itself, and also still on 24 hours high alert for more flash flood because of the continuing rain.
Right.
In Pisanuro, which is the lower part of the northern of Thailand, due to the heavy rain, there's like stagnant flood water and also flash flood in the many parts of the province, and the water level in Hoi Du Canal is very high and very strong current. It's so strong that it's actually collapsed a bridge. So there will be some part that got stranded because of the flood.
Right.
Also at Mae Hong Son province, there were mudslides that actually blocked the road between Ban Sao Hin Ban Sao Hin and Ban Po Saw in Mae Sriang district, but the ranger apparently already at the scene and tried to take out this mud and open the road again, and supposedly should be open within 1 day. Also in Nakhon Si Ayutthaya, this is where everybody is actually really concerned because we have the World Heritage Site in Nakhon Si Ayutthaya.
That's right.
And since the big flood a couple years back, UNESCO has been really on high alert on this, and UNESCO and Nakhon Si Ayutthaya province itself is working together, prepare some plan. They have some bridge will be built. They will use some road around the World Heritage Site to be some kind of bumper to kind of prevent the water to get into the site and such.
Right.
So I think they have pretty much
Everything in place.
everything in place really good measures to handle if there will be flood in Nakhon Si Ayutthaya, which usually it's normal in some part of Ayutthaya to get flood every year because they are a lowland area.
Right, and plus it's situated right, where the Chao Phraya River runs through the province anyway. But yeah, good. At least we have good measures because we don't want to see that again. That wasn't a good sight.
So we'll take a short break and we'll come back. We will have some update on the protest again over the weekend rubber price protest and also
southern violence. Once again, very sad. So please stay tuned.